That's my heart. One, two, three, four, five. Project, this ain't what you want.
It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
They'll go again with Williams. And some good running there. That's a first down up to the 43.
Cooper to Gene on the tackle. A gain of 7. And a Cowboy first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43.
Prescott. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big play for the Cowboys. 37 yards.
And they decide to bring pressure here on third down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Jake Ferguson was the intended target. It's second down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A give, and here comes Williams. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
He was brought down at the 40-yard line. 1st and goal, Dallas.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Williams trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
One more time for Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. The footing makes kicking very difficult. The snow perhaps playing in to that missed extra point. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes Will Shipley from his end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time and leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 5.
At the 24-yard line.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
That is Donovan Wilson, the safety, able to time it right and come up with the sack. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cowboys offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
1st down, Dallas.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
It's another run here for Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
On fourth down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. This from 40 yards out. Aubrey's kick is good, and the Cowboys will open up a 9-0 lead.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit, that was really well done.
Avery Williams on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Not even a little bit. Hold on. Know yourself. Know your work.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Yeah. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. 18 yards. A great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
That's good. For the Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Brings up second down at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him for just a short game.
He is hit before he can get rid of him, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Prescott now. Moving to his right. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Brown. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. This one is caught by Dotson. Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 5.
At the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. Barkley's got the first down and more. And he's into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And An unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. Through the snowflakes, this one good, and the Eagles will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Cowboys 9, Eagles 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Cavante Turpin on the return. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles. You couldn't ask for a better turn in momentum. Not only did they score, Greg, but then they kick it off, and they scored again.
Well, how many times, Mike, do you hear teams talking about the double dip, right? You go in before the half, you score, you come out of the break, and you score again. They were able to do a double dip without ever having to go to the halftime break. I mean, back-to-back chances to score before the opposing offense even has a chance to take the field.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will up the lead to 5. We are through 1. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 26. Brings up second down.
They'll run it with Williams. He'll work forward for a couple. Reed Blankenship coming up from his safety spot to make the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. That's hot. Left side. It's complete. Prescott to his main man Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
He's got it. That's a first down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it's going to be 3rd down. Back to throw is Prescott. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On for the field goal now. It's It's Brandon Aubrey. This officially a 58-yard attempt. This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
On play action, Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll lead to a second down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass, caught by Saquon. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a third down and 4.
Brings up third and 4.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Hurts will try it again. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Again, Hurts. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Covering very strong defensively. It's second down.
Second down and 10.
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts again. Now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 6.
Now Hurts. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Barkley, and he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
That is caught out wide on the RPO.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to...
And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Malik Hooker, the fine safety, coming on the rush that time to record the sack. On fourth down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Elliott's pick is good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
On the return, here's Turpin. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with first and 10. They'll go with Williams. Oh, and he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Here's the give up in the middle with Williams. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Throwing is Prescott. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And barring an aggressive aggressive decision here on 4th down. It just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage,
that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And he's in! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Elliott on now for the PAT. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. And the Eagles add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the goal line. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Dak to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On the ground, this is Miles Sanders. He'll push ahead to the 21. That stop made by Byron Young. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. He'll keep it on the ground with Sanders. And he'll take this forward to the 26. So the Eagles will use their 1st time out here.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Williams.
You know, Mike, there is a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. He'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Hurts to throw. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
To the air again. Hurts. Out to his right. He'll tuck it and take off.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Fake the give, now it's Hurts. Back of the end zone, he's got it. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Eagle. Tight spaces down there, things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Makes the score Eagles 31.
We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. A couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. He'll try the right side with Williams. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Prescott. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Adoree Jackson.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
The Eagles offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This one into the hands of Brown.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Right back to Brown. He's got it again. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Man in motion is Brown. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It all comes back to the turnover, and that's why this is such a critical emphasis for all teams in these situations, Mike. So you're trying to steal some points before the half on offense, but now you end up giving the ball back to your opponent, giving them an opportunity to come away with some points of their own.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run for the first time with their fullback, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in South Philly, and the Eagles are on top. And we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. We'll find Scott Hansen standing by with the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks, and we'll let you warm up for a little bit. Meanwhile, welcome in, everyone. I'm Scott Hansen.
All right, Scott, thank you. Snow continuing to fall as we get set for the second half.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Gonna fire this one out to Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Open receiver is Dotson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's going to have enough for the first down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Once again, it's Barkley. Up the sideline, past midfield, down the sideline, inside the 25. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone, inside the 20.
It's a gain of 45 yards.
So out of the gun, they give it to Barkley, and he'll get about 5. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd down.
Hurts going to keep it on the option, and he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it.
And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
Is good. Makes the score Eagles 41, Cowboys 9.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 10. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back to the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game, under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Like, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practice. And other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all. And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and They've done a great job all day.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Pickens, first catch, and that's good for a first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike. Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
First down, Dallas.
Play fake. Prescott working his way out left.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
At the 34-yard line.
No play action. It's Prescott. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I actually like this throw. He wasn't really open, so he understands I'm either going to put this ball way out in front, let my guy run into it and make a really good catch, or it's going to fall harmlessly incomplete, because when the defender has you covered the way he does here, you can't afford to trail this throw, because that throw on the other side of your receiver, it usually ends up going the other way. It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Nolan Smith in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
So third and goal inside the 5, Mike. Defensively, what you're trying to do is, of course, keep him out of the end zone. But the second step is don't allow them to have any decision.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12.
These second half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He's to the 45. Still on the move. And he is gone. 87 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. Interesting point here, Greg. This is one of those where put me in the mind of the play caller. Are you thinking just keep the ball on the ground right now?
I think it's hard. I think a lot of it has to do with how much confidence do you have that he can work himself through it, because as the turnovers continue to stack up, your biggest fear is that the confidence breaks down. So a lot of this is really just how well do you understand, what kind of relationship do you have with your quarterback. If you think you can get him through it, keep putting the ball in his hands. If you think he's done for the day, you got a big question you got to answer, whether he should even be in the game.
A quick slack taken by Lamb. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Prescott now. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll throw again. Dak. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. To the air again. Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Again, Prescott to the air. That one hauled in. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Prescott again. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
The coverage by Nakobe Dean.
On 2nd down, it's down. To the outside, looked in by Lamb. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Dak. He's got a man. That's complete. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down, Dallas.
Here's Prescott. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now Prescott. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Now he'll run with it. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
Look at him move away from the tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 7.
That's Goddard in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard
Now
line.
Hurts. He'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That'll be taken in by Parker. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
They'll run it here with Saquon. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
A gain of 9 yards.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor.
And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running. And in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Makes the score Eagles 55, Cowboys 9.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Dak can throw it here on first down. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10, and that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the third quarter has come to an end. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. Prescott. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Prescott to his main man Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense get a little lackadaisical. And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing back goals.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Here's a 3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
To throw is Prescott. There's that man again. Another catch. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. Now Prescott. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. The home team's offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field, and it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Hurts will give himself up here at the end, but not before he picks up a first down.
For an Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
First down.
Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Saquon. Touchdown. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6 on is Elliott to add the extra point. He's got it, and he will stretch things out even further. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken just shy of the goal line. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Cowboys offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Now he'll tuck it and run.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play.